And we begin tonight at 6 o'clock with an action-packed Friday night all across central Indiana.
We are kicking off the high school football season tonight, and on top of that, we've got the Fever. They're back at home tonight, and they are hosting and taking on the best team in the WNBA. We've got you covered with all the action, so sit right there. Operation Football is back. We've got Dom and Eli joining us for our Game of the Week tonight.
And in a moment, we'll check in with Rich Nye over at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. He's counting down to tonight's Fever game, but let's begin in Lawrence, where our sports team is enjoying perfect weather for football. Hey, guys.
Oh my gosh, it couldn't be better. Week one, I mean, I was expecting 90. This feels fantastic.
Perfect.
I mean, we're talking gridiron, the Battle of Lawrence Township. The cheerleaders are pumped up. Who do you think they're rooting for?
Yeah, I got Lawrence North, and you mentioned just what this moment means to start a football season. You have the cleats going across the track. You have the players out there warming up right now. Lawrence North looking to avenge what they had a pretty good season last year, Dom.
You're absolutely right. One of the best in recent memory. One of the best in school history. 11-1, first-time conference champs. One sectional. It was a great season for Patrick Mallory's crew here at Lawrence North. It's all about really capitalizing on that momentum. That's what he told me when I visited earlier this week. And it starts with a rivalry game, right? When you're playing Lawrence Central week one, talking about Indiana high school football, this is one of the best rivalries in central Indiana. Patrick Mallory, he's talking about the rivalry at large and how you got to keep a level head when it comes to this type of atmosphere.
You still got to play it as another game, and you got to try to take emotions out of it. Sometimes I think the emotions from adults might be worse than what the emotions from the kids are. So some of us just stay level-headed. That's what I talk to our coaches about. So if you take the emotion out of what the rivalry is, cooler heads always prevail.
All right, so lining up across from Lawrence North, obviously Lawrence Central, the rival heading in here this evening. Will Patterson entering his 6th season as the head coach, trying to kind of get over the hump a little bit. They've been floating around 500 the last few seasons. Patterson, I mentioned, went over to their practice the other day, and they were hyped up for this game. He feels like they're completely, culture is turning around greatly. The team loves each other, they care for each other, and they care about this rivalry too. Take a listen.
To me and the guys, like, it means everything. Like, it's just like we just got it. It's week one. It's rivalry. The guys here, like, they grew up here. They know them dudes. But, like, on Friday night, that doesn't matter. Like, we're trying to get that bell back, and that's what it's about. Like, rivalry, got to get a win.
You know, the bragging rights, trophy, everything revolving around the game is on the line. So it's huge for these kids.
And to you to close. All right, so kickoff obviously scheduled for 7 o'clock. We're about an hour away from that. The cheerleaders are getting fired up for it. We're getting fired up for it as well because we got a long night ahead of us, don't we?
Yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We got 10 games for you tonight. This is the headliner.
Right.
We got Warren Central Center Grove. That's a top 10 matchup in Class 6A. Cathedral, Chittard. We got Fort Wayne flavor coming in. Lafayette coming in. I mean, all sorts of good stuff for week one of Operation Football. All you need to know is football's back.
That's right. Football is back. We hope you love it because we know we love it. And we're looking forward to bringing to you the highlights, a new revamp of Operation Football right here on Channel 13. But you're going to rejoin the program here in a little bit.
That's right.
I got to head to Westfield. That's about 40 minutes away.
That's right.
And then I'll rejoin you again tonight at 11.
Hey, live in studio, 10 games, be there.
Bring it on.
Or have a better excuse. There is no excuse. Be on Channel 13.
That's right.
Watch Channel 13. That's it.
Yeah.
Love the energy and we love the highlights tonight at 11, guys. Thanks so much. And we want to let you know that voting is now open for the school to host next week's Operation Football Sunrise Kickoff.
If you want to vote, just go to WTHR.com/Operation Football to vote for Danville, Lebanon, or Plainfield High School. This is to be there live on TV next Friday.
Well, the Indiana Fever certainly have a big challenge. They are hosting the best team in the WNBA tonight, the first of back-to-back games against the Minnesota Lynx.
So they're clinging to a playoff spot with less than a month in the regular season left, despite being riddled with a roster full of injuries. Rich Nye joins us live outside the Fieldhouse tonight downtown, and it isn't just the Fever dealing with this injury bug. That's right.
That's for sure. Down here on Morris Bicentennial Plaza, you can look around and don't have to look too far to see lots of those number 22 shirts and jerseys. Of course, The Fever still without Caitlin Clark. They'd like to see that 22 out on the court, but the Minnesota Lynx are also out without their top player. Nafisa Collier has missed the last 6 games with an ankle injury. She's listed as questionable for tonight. The Lynx are the best team in the WNBA, but the Fever beat the Lynx in their only matchup so far this season. That was back on July 1st in the championship game of the Commissioner's Cup, the in-season tournament. But Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Colson, and Ari McDonald all played in that game. All 3 now out with season-ending injuries for the Fever. The Lynx, meantime, lost last night in Atlanta. They've lost back-to-back games this week for the first time all season. The Fever host the Lynx tonight, then play them again in Minnesota Sunday. The Fever hold the 6th playoff spot out of 8 teams that make the playoffs, but they only have a 2-game lead on being out of the playoffs. So it's a big challenge with all these injuries.
We want to surprise everybody, but we're playing for pride, we're playing for each other, we're playing for opportunity. We still control our destiny, and that's the best place to be in. It's not an easy road for us, and we know that, and we have to reconfigure how we go about positioning ourselves to win games. I mean, we've talked about defense all season long, but even more so now. We've got to create offense from that defense. We got to get to the free throw line. We've got to get easy buckets. It's going to be tough for us in half-court offense, so we've got to be able to get that from our defense. Our margin for error continues to get smaller.
9 games left in the regular season, including tonight. And what about Caitlin Clark's return? She'll miss her 14th straight game tonight with that right groin injury. Status quo, the team says, still not practicing, still not playing. 7:30 tip-off tonight here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, and there are still tickets available. Beautiful night in downtown Indianapolis.
Highlights tonight at 11. Rich, thanks so much.
Okay, so Angela joins us now. Yeah, we see all the crowd that is out there
Yeah.
on the field, on the plaza there,
Yes.
and going into the field house. That tip is at 7:30
Okay,
tonight.
Plaza, field, no matter where you are
Yes.
this evening, we're talking basketball, we're talking high school football kicking off in Operation Football. Some sun, some clouds, 70s.
Right.
You can't beat it this evening. We're at 75 in Carmel, 78 Brown County, 76 Bunker Hill. Your Operation Football forecast includes temperatures in the 70s, staying under a mainly cloudy sky. Sunset is around 8:30. The rest of the weekend, we warm it up just a little bit tomorrow ahead of a cold front, expecting 83. That stray shower chance mainly late in the day tomorrow. We're talking Saturday evening, Saturday night, and only a few showers showing up. And then a much cooler day on Sunday, breezy with some sunshine, 76.
All right, looking forward to this weekend, Angela. Thanks. Tonight, residents at an apartment complex on the near north side of Indianapolis are raising concerns about short-term rentals. All of this comes after a teenager was shot and killed there over the weekend.
Tonight, our Jenna Webster explains how the city monitors these kinds of rentals and how neighbors can help.
IMPD is still investigating what led to this scene over the weekend. They believe the 17-year-old was shot and killed at a party in an apartment that's a short-term rental.
They get added to the registry as they come in.
Don Olson works for the city's Department of Business and Neighborhood Services.
Click that and continue.
It helps oversee the city's short-term rental registry.
We don't list the owner publicly.
Since January 1st, property owners have been required to register their short-term rentals with the city. It's a one-time $150 fee, but the registration must be renewed annually. The same whether it's a house or an apartment.
There's well over 1,100 on here.
But Olson confirms the grounds apartment complex is not one of them.
So if we hear of a property that is not on the registry yet, we use that opportunity for education. Contact the property owner, give them an opportunity to come into compliance.
If the property still isn't in compliance, IMPD can issue a violation. It could be up to $500. 13 News has filed a Freedom of Information Act request to find out how many violations IMPD has issued.
The reason this exists is because sometimes there are, unfortunately, problem properties or nuisance properties. If, we can keep track of those things, IMPD can keep track of those things.
The problem is the city can't search for every short-term rental that exists.
We rely on the public to let us know because, unfortunately, we don't know what we don't know. If a neighbor reaches out and says, hey, we have concerns about this Airbnb that's across the street, are they registered? We can look at it and be like, nope, they're not. And then we will immediately contact the property owner.
Olson says having short-term rental properties helps promote tourism in the city. This registry just helps track where those properties are in case of problems. In Indianapolis, Jenna Webster, 13 News.
And we're still waiting to learn right now if the grounds will be facing any penalties for being non-compliant with the registry. If you want to look and see if the property is on the short-term rental registry, maybe that one or one that you're familiar with, we have a link where you can do that right now if you head over to our website at WTHR.com.
And also on our website, you can also tell how to share your concerns about a rental property in your neighborhood. Still to come on this Friday night, a Whitestown couple now celebrating the birth of a healthy baby girl.
The long and expensive road to protect her from a life-threatening genetic disease.
And new programs coming to Purdue's Indianapolis students this school year.
We've got the reason behind the move ahead.